quite some time, I decided to do a lesson on Deal today. And Deal is a very simple, structured song. It's just chorus verse. No bridge, no tricky nothing. Just chorus and, your verses. And the only thing complicated about this song is just the chords that go with the verses. As far as the chorus goes, the chords for the chorus is just three your very average beginner chords. So let's start with the verses. So your first chord on your verse is going to be your A. Actually, let's start with the riff. So the riff can either be, I like to play it since it's basically in the A chord. I like to play the riff and also chugging the A chord while I'm doing it. So the riff itself is so what you do there is just strike the A string, open A string, and then you are barring just the first two frets on the G string and the D string. So you're playing your open A 2 times, then with your middle finger you'll play the 3rd fret of the A string and you'll hammer onto the 4th fret. And then you'll play the 2nd fret of the D string. And you'll hammer on to the 4th fret of the D string. And then you'll hit the 2nd fret of the G string. So again. And then the second time around you'll repeat it. Instead of hammering on to the 4th fret, you'll reach with your pinky and you'll reach the 5th fret on the D string and slide to the 4th fret. And then pull off to the 2nd fret. So it would sound like this. You can play individually. It can be kind of tricky to just slide on and pull off, or just pull off altogether. You can just play individually. Still sounds good. So the whole riff together is. And so the first chord into the verse is A. And A is just, as we all know, the second fret on the D, G, and the B string. With your open A and open E, high E, and no E, no lower E. So just straight A. And then you got your C sharp 7. And that is like a C7, just going a fret higher, avoiding both of the high and the low E strings. So if you don't know how to do a C7, it's just your C-shaped chord, and you add your pinky to the 3rd fret of the G string, and you just slide that up all the way 1 fret, and you got yourself a C sharp 7. For those of you that don't know, who just want the individual notes themselves, it's just your ring finger on the 4th fret of the A string, your middle finger on the 3rd fret of the D string, your pinky on the 4th fret of the G string, and your index finger on the 2nd fret of the B string. Next chord is the F sharp minor, which is a bar chord. So what I tend to do at this point, there's a little bit of a walk down from F sharp minor. So when you do the F sharp minor, you'll hit the bass note, the F sharp, and you'll play open. D chord, and then this chord, which I don't know the shape of the name of, but I'll tell you where your fingers are supposed to go. I believe it's a diminished chord. Anyway, so it's A, C sharp 7, F sharp minor, open, E. I tried to keep my finger barred on the last high strings, last 3 high strings, the G, B, and the E. So it'll be like taking off, but still barring with the lower part of my finger, so I can still strum that. Then D chord, and your weird chord right here. And what this chord is just your index finger on the 1st fret of the D string, your ring finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, and your middle finger on the 1st fret of the B string, and your pinky finger on the 2nd fret of the E string. That should give you that. So what we have so far is and then we have the descending part. And so right after you play the funky chord, you go back to A, and you go to A7. You could actually do this without the whole walk down. I'm just going to show it to you the first time, and then I'll show you a much simpler way. So A, A7, if you know how to play A7 bar chord, it's just like your regular major bar chord. Take that to the A major, remove your pinky, you got an A7. So you play that, and you just go all the way down to an F sharp 7. Now if you don't want to do that, you just want to do something more simple, you could just do a regular open A7, strum that out for a little bit, and then play an F sharp 7. So that way you could do instead of. You could also do it another way by just playing power chords, and by that just doing, you know, A power chord on your on the 5th fret of the E string and the 7th fret on the A string, and just go. And then your next chord would be a B7, and then D major, and then the verse starts over. So B7 would be 2nd fret on the A string, and then your middle finger 2nd fret on the A string, and your index finger on the 1st fret of the D string, and your ring finger on the 2nd fret of the G string, open B string, and 2nd fret on the E string. That's your B7, and then D. So the whole verse would sound like this. The verse, and then jumping to the chorus, once you are near the ending of the verse, it's A, G major, and D major, repeating over and over again. After that, it goes to that little riff, the intro riff, and then back to the verse. So now if you want to play along to this song, it just requires 2 scales, which I'm not going to talk about in this video. I'm running out of time, but if you look at my past videos, I do talk about the A mixolydian and A pentatonic, so just those 2. For the verse, it's A pentatonic, and for the chorus, it's A mixolydian. I'll show you how I apply those. I have a loop created, and I'll just play over them. Feel free to play along with me. It'll start with the verse, then go to the chorus. So the first thing you'll want to play is A pentatonic, and then A mixolydian. I'll show you how it's done. So that's how you play along to Deal. I hope you guys enjoyed the lesson. It's a very cool song to play with a band. If you have a band, you should toss Deal out there. It's so much fun to play, and it's not that complicated. It's just two verse and chorus. It's not that hard. Yeah, but the chords are kind of hard. It's the chord changes but whatnot. But I hope you guys enjoyed the lesson. I'll catch you guys some other time.